Hello Internet, Rob from A Minor Error with a new brand I've never had on my channel before. This review is going to take an in-depth look at an EVH Wolfgang WG Standard. But first, before I get into this video, if you like it and you'd like to help support me directly, I've provided some affiliate links down below in the description. That's a great way of supporting me and helping me be able to continue to make videos like this. Chapters down below to help you skip around in the video to get to different parts you might be interested in. The flow of this video is going to be a recording done exclusively on this instrument, followed up by the features, the good, the bad, and my overall verdict on if you should buy this guitar. So with the recording, you may have noticed a theme here with the Doom t-shirts. This particular track happens to be from the original Doom video games. It's called Deep Into the Code, and it's part of my Doom Volume 2 cover EP that I just released. If you like the track, it's currently streaming along with the full EP and a Volume 1 Doom cover EP on Spotify and iTunes. Links are down below. It's also currently available on my Bandcamp, and full tabs of all of the tracks are available for purchase as well. Links down below to check it out if you're interested. So let's talk EVH Wolfgang Standard. This guitar lists for $650 brand new, and if you shop around on the used market, you can find them for around $500 to $550. The construction of this guitar is bolt-on, and it has a basswood body. The body has a special arm contour that I find to be very comfortable. It features a baked maple neck with graphite reinforcement rods and a really nice oil finish that's very fast and smooth. The neck also features a compound 12-inch to 16-inch radius on the back of the neck, and it has 22 nickel frets. This guitar comes equipped with 2 direct mounted EVH Wolfgang humbucker pickups, and those are wired up to a 3-way switch with a master volume and a master tone knob. There are no push-pull split coil options here. The bridge on this guitar is an EVH branded Floyd Rose tremolo, and it comes with a locking nut as well. On to the good. The first positive is that the fit and finish of the guitar is very nice. Overall, cosmetically, it's very well made. The neck is sort of the standout, best aspect of the guitar. The compound neck radius is among one of the most comfortable that I've ever played. Pairing that with a really nice oil finish, it's very smooth, very fast, does not get gummed up, and it just plays very nice. The neck is absolutely outstanding. The body style is also very comfortable. I was very surprised by that. The contour for the forearm is legit. It's very comfortable. Kind of reminds me of like a Petrucci, Ernie Ball Music Man kind of a design. Very comfortable, and the instrument happens to be comfortable sitting classical style, which I was not expecting. It made for like long sessions, recording or writing, very comfortable on it. I really like that the guitar has a true double locking system here, that it does have an actual locking nut instead of going with locking tuners. On budget instruments with the tremolo, those locking tuners pretty much never work, especially because they're paired with not the greatest nut, so you're gonna get all sorts of friction there, and they just do not work with a budget instrument. Yes, I'm talking about you, Sterling by Music Man guitars. Those systems are trash. I like that this one, on a budget instrument, does have a double locking system. That's definitely the way to go. I also personally really like the placement of the volume knob. It's out of the way, so if you like to plant your pinky on the body and hook it on the pickup like I like to, you know, you're not banging into it, there's plenty of room there. I also like just the cosmetic look of this instrument in general. The roasted maple neck and fingerboard paired with this black is really, really nice. I like just the overall look of the package in this matte black. It just looks sleek and modern. I think it's really cool. Another small touch that I like is that on the headstock of the guitar, it's almost like masked off, where you can see a little bit like binding around it. Really makes the headstock pop. I think it's a great small attention to detail. So now that I'm about halfway through this video, it's a good time for me to plug what I do. So first, I'm an original progressive metal guitar player. I write and release my own music here on my channel. I also do thorough guitar reviews like this one, other product reviews, and some music theory and guitar lessons on my channel. I also do give Zoom lessons. I give guitar lessons, music theory lessons, ear training, and music production lessons on Zoom. So if you're interested in a lesson, you know, contact info down below. On to the bad, and boy oh boy is there a lot of bad to cover here, so get ready. There's two things here that are absolutely horrible on the instrument that I think are equally bad. The first is that the tone woods of this guitar are pretty much garbage. I struggled to get a good sounding rhythm tone and a good sounding lead tone. It took a long time to try to dial it in where it didn't just sound thin and flat. I think that the pickups aren't the greatest, but it's mostly that the wood is just not good. It's just not a good chunk of wood. I don't like bass wood bodied guitars normally anyway, and this one is clearly one of them. The tone woods here are total garbage. The other thing is that the tremolo choice that they made here is among the dumbest decisions that I've ever seen. It's essentially a fully floating system, but they didn't bother to route a cavity underneath the tremolo. So once I got it set up with the lower action that I liked and had the tremolo at the correct angle for the correct relief down the neck, I discovered that the tremolo was very close to basically just sitting on the body of the guitar, but not close enough where if you had a string break, the thing wasn't just gonna go wildly out of tune. So since they didn't route that cavity, there is no room for you to do any sort of cool whammy bar pull up on the pitch. And if you break a string, now the guitar is useless and it's horribly out of tune. It does not make any sense to me why they chose to go with that. Another issue is that the tremolo would not flutter for me. It's worthwhile while we're talking about the dumb tremolo to point out that the back plate is solid, so if you need to adjust the claw, you're going to need a screwdriver and remove all of the screws in order to get at it. I don't understand why manufacturers don't include slots automatically so that you can quickly and easily make an adjustment. It's very annoying and time consuming when you're trying to set up this guitar. Another issue I ran into is that the first string was very prone to fretting out when you're doing like little Yngwie style arpeggios. The neck does seem like it was installed pretty straight. It's not crooked like some other instruments that I've seen, so I'm not exactly sure why it's such an issue, but it was problematic. Cosmetically, there was one issue that I did find, which is basically that the matte black finish was kind of gritty to the touch on the face of the guitar. Now on the back of the guitar, it's not gritty at all. It's like very smooth. So I don't know if during the manufacturing process, maybe they needed to do some more polishing or smoothing to the front and they just didn't. I don't know why it is the way it is, but the front of the guitar, and it's all one chunk of wood, so I don't know why the front of the guitar feels different than the back, but it's very gritty to touch. I also personally am not a fan of where they put the pickup selector switch. I would have much rather preferred a normal like super strat kind of positioning for the selector switch. It's not the worst location. That honor definitely goes to the PRS I recently reviewed, which put it behind the bridge in the most inaccessible location. So it's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best either. Personally, would have preferred it in a different location and also would have preferred a 5-way switch over a 3. Continuing on, in the hunt to try to get a better lead tone, I ended up landing on the Neural DSP Soldano plugin. That's kind of my go-to plugin now when I'm doing reviews on these cheaper guitars that sound like crap. It really is a testament to just how good the Neural DSP stuff is, that it can take a totally crappy sounding guitar and make it salvageable, and that's the plugin that I'm going to be using on basically all of these mediocre crappy sounding guitars. I also did have some issues with tuning stability, which sort of surprised me. Normally when I'm playing a more budget instrument that has a double locking system, they are a little bit more reliable, but I did have issues here as well. If I had been keeping the guitar, I probably would have tried to put a little grease on the posts, or maybe even take it to a luthier to try to get it more ironed out. It was just an issue that I was a bit surprised by and definitely wanted to mention. And the verdict. What do I think about this guitar? Nah, I strongly think you should not buy this. I think this guitar falls into the exact same category as when you're looking at like Sterling by Music Man guitars. A legit Music Man is such a nice guitar, so well made with such unparalleled quality. It's easy to look at these budget instruments that cosmetically look so similar, and then you get tricked thinking that since it's got the Music Man name on it or it's got the EVH name on it, it's gonna be a usable instrument, and these instruments are not usable. I found the tone to be so bad on this instrument. These companies are obviously being extremely cheap on the quality of woods that they're getting for the guitar. This is not the kind of instrument that I think a pickup upgrade would make any difference. I think it's a turd, and there's nothing you can do to make this guitar sound better than it does. It really is a shame because I did totally love the feel of that compound radius neck. It makes me really want to play a legit EVH really badly. I can only imagine how comfortable that instrument is. If you pair it with better hardware and wood that isn't just balsa wood, yes, I can totally imagine how good of an instrument it is. In the end, I would highly recommend looking elsewhere, maybe at a ESP LTD or a Schecter. Those brands are very consistent. The quality of instrument that you're getting there is usable and dependable and not just total trash. So thank you for watching this video. Pain me to say so many negative things about a guitar that has Eddie Van Halen's name on it. I was so excited to check out this guitar and then just so disappointed by how it performed and how it sounded. Leave a comment down below, let me know for how you think the guitar performed. I'd love to hear it. If you'd like to see my other reviews, stop by my page. Everything is organized in a playlist.